Hello, everyone. I am just on the agenda here. It's Wednesday. I want to apologize because usually we have a routine where we have live Zooms, and then there's days we don't have live Zoom unless you wanted one-on-one attention. And that's how we've been doing our routine. It was brought to my attention that somebody wasn't happy that I wasn't live on Zoom every single day. So now I have to be live on Zoom every single day with you. So I thought we had a good routine, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. So I'm going to just make that perfectly clear right now. Every day is a live Zoom. So I want you all to be very clear about that. I know that it's messing up our routine and maybe you're comfortable with it, and I'm really sorry. Maybe you're happy about it, so that's a good thing. Whatever works. We're still going to be doing attendance and proof of practice almost every single day, anyways. It's just more to pack in the day. I already took attendance. And what I would like for you today is select your favorite practice name and begin your real cover design. And so I'm going to show you and talk to you about that a little bit as a review. You can do the cereal box folder and do two-sided, and that's only if you want to. You're only required to do one. Or the sketchbook folder, or both. Have fun. Only outlines, no shading. And I will go over shading first with you in one point perspective with one light source. So please, no shading. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some struggles students are having. And so you all should be using a hard edge. Let me see if I can get my camera up and running here. There we go. I'm going to make it large real quick. So a few things that I noticed were certain letters you were struggling with. And I'm going to cut my little ruler because I didn't like how fat it was. This is my little straight edge. I used a cereal box. No, this is a popsicle box. And all I want is this beautiful hard corner here. We make do with what we have. I'm not even joking. I don't have a ruler. So I cut myself a little hard edge to make my life easier. What I noticed is a lot of you are struggling with O's. Let me see if I can get another pen color here. Real quick. So you always want to do the two sides where they end. And then you are deciding, I usually do like a ½ inch and I mirror whatever this curve is down there. So that's the mirrored curve. And it has to be the same parallel line right here. A lot of you are missing that with the inside of the leg letters and things like that. Now, if I did a ½ inch down here on the center of my O, I also have to do a ½ inch down. So I'm kind of eyeballing where a ½ inch is, and I had to mirror this line right here on the inside. So it's the bottom, bottom. So that's really important that you have the inner parts of your letters. If you measure and there's no room, then leave it alone. So that's really important. Let's see, Leroy Goodrich, if you could let him in. So that's really important. With the B here, I do the outer lines first. And on this one, it's a little trickier where the edge of the B is. And then we also need to do any other corners or lines that go to the vanishing point. I'm going to do about a ½ inch. So if this is a parallel, then this must, this is a straight line vertical, then this must be a straight line vertical. This has a slight curve to it, so this will as well. So it's always parallel. So then we had to talk about the inner part of the B. And the inner part, if it's a ½ inch, I would say a ½ inch is about here. So then I'm just going to mirror that center. ½ inch from the furthest part, ½ inch. I'm just eyeballing it right now because I'm in a hurry. So we want the centers of those letters as well. And I could do all sorts of letters with you if you're struggling. I want you to feel confident. You would just tell me, Miss Brown, I'm struggling with a letter that's a T and it's above the vanishing point. How would you draw that? And I can even look at your work that you did if you'd like me to mirror that for you. You always want to do all the corners, all the creases on your letters. A lot of you will do the tops, but then you'll forget to do the bottom legs. Even this one, oh, this one runs through, so no, not there. So 1/2 inch, this is vertical, this is vertical. Now where it ends, I look at this line here, it's a diagonal, so I must make this a diagonal. And then I go back to the vertical. You always mirror what you see. Now, I mean, it's not perfect because I freehanded it. I'm doing 2 different style M's here. Doing this fairly quick. It seems like the legs are always the things that you forget to do at the bottom. So if I did a 1/2 inch, like right there's 1/2 inch, this is kind of a straight diagonal, so with this. Now on this one, a 1/2 inch out is right about here, and this is a slant, so this must be a slant. So those were the struggles I noticed from a few of yours. The bottom legs of letters, like R's and A's, it seems like a lot of you struggled with this, so I just wanted to draw it for you. Now this is an inner corner, it counts. You never run it through the actual letter. You always want to make sure you do the top parts as well. Okay, so if I did a 1/2 inch from this corner, it's right about here. 1/2 inch from this corner is right about here. You can see this is a vertical line. I'm sorry, a horizontal line. This is a diagonal, so this must be a diagonal. And then you finish off the inner part because this is a horizontal. This would be a horizontal. 1/2 inch. I got a little drunk with my pen here. And then this is a diagonal. You want to mirror the same shapes. So even the inner part of the A has like a little opening. So that's important. Now, when you're doing your actual cover design, make sure you're drawing your guidelines very lightly. I'm doing this dark so you can see this on the video, but you are drawing everything as light as possible. The rule in art is light until it's right. So once you're happy with things, then you can make things darker. But we don't want to see these guidelines later. So we do them very light, and then you will be easily able to erase them without us seeing all those lines. So cues are hard, so I wanted to mirror that with you. Now, if I'm doing a 1/2 inch out, it's right about here, and then it would curve down, mirror that curve. This is a diagonal, so this must be a diagonal. And then this is another diagonal the opposite direction. Now, the only thing I'm missing is I have to go to the furthest point of the O, do a 1/2 inch little tick mark, and then I have to mirror that curve on this in the middle. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. Now, I'm more than happy to do more letters if you want to ask me to do a custom one. I have plenty of paper here. I want everyone to feel confident in what you're doing. I have a proof of practice that you are starting your cover design using your favorite image from the 2 that you practiced. And that's your proof of practice for today, due by the end of the period. I don't expect that it's going to be done. I just want to see that you've started it, okay? And you're using your time wisely. This class is over, let's see, what time? At 11:10, and right now it's 10:47. So you're giving yourself, let's see, roughly 20 something minutes to start your cover design. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Is it just a name we're supposed to do on the cover?
Yes. Let's go back to that because that's a good point. Let me minimize this real quick. I put on your attendance question. If you go to attendance, I'm sorry, I'm losing my words today. The classroom, and you go to classwork, and you go to proof of practice for Wednesday. 2 of you have already submitted it. Geez, how is that possible when the class isn't over till 11:10? I want to see a lot of work. So those students need to go back and do even more work. I put select your favorite 3D practice name and begin drawing your sketchbook or recycled cereal box cover name design. We will add 5 large, medium, and small 3D shapes turned into forms in the background later. So keep that in mind as part of your design. Now I have a cereal box right here. Let me turn on my camera again. Where did it go? Uh-oh. Where'd it go? Where's my camera? Did I close it? Sorry guys, sometimes I get confused. Okay, I have my cereal box here. This is one I saved. And so I'm gonna just open it up if you want to do the cereal box one. And I'm gonna cut it along a seam because I want the big parts. And you could use that as your cover, the 2 large areas. Or you could just do the sketchbook cover. That is up to you. What I should have done is open this little part right here so it flattens down because it's hard to open when it's 3D. That makes it easier to cut. It's nice and flat. And then I'm just going to cut the large chunks off of it because I want this big paper for my canvas. Any other questions? So I'm using this as my beautiful canvas for my artwork. I'm just here hanging out. You guys can work independently. If you want me to demonstrate something, I can demonstrate. But that is entirely up to you. I'll be here if you need me.
How are you cutting a cereal box?
I'm sorry?
How are you cutting a cereal box?
Why am I cutting up a cereal box?
No, why? How? Like, are you cutting it? Like, what part are you trying to get to?
The big square right here, the big rectangle. Did you not see my example from my cover is the cereal box? You can do it like this, or you can do it just on the sketchbook cover. You must have not been here for that information. So this is my cover design on the sketchbook, and some people wanted to do it on the cereal box. This is a folder that I made out of a cereal box.
That looks really cool.
Yeah, remember I asked you guys to collect cereal boxes?
Yeah, I remember that. I have like 2 or 3 boxes already, so.
Yeah, so you could either use that or do the cover design here. I'm giving you guys the choice.
Got it.
Any other questions?
Miss Brown.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble trying to draw my H for below the.
Is it above the vanishing point or below the vanishing point?
Below the vanishing point.
Okay, that's okay. So I have my horizon line, I have my vanishing point. Now, is it dead center? Is it to the right or is it to the left?
It's like on top of the point.
It's right here?
Yeah.
That means you won't really have much dimension at all. So is it on the line?
No, not on the line, on top.
Like right here?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do this corner, you do this corner, you gotta do the inner thighs, I call them, because they're kind of like legs. You do this one, then you do this one, and then you gotta do this one and this one.
Okay, thank you.
Now, let me finish it off for you. So if I did 1/2 inch down, I have to mirror whatever that line is. And then this is a vertical, so I gotta make this a vertical. This is a horizontal right here, so this will be a horizontal. That's a vertical right here, so this is a vertical, and then this is a horizontal. Now at the top, a 1/2 inch, oh, it's kind of hard. It would just be like this, I guess, like this. It's a little weird looking.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Anyone else?
Oh, Miss Brown. Okay, so I remember how you showed us, well, your cereal box. What was actually inside it?
Nothing. I'm gonna
Oh,
put my
nothing.
sketchbook in there, or my drawings.
Oh, okay. I thought I seen
So
something
it's
else.
supposed to
Okay.
protect it. I stapled it on the sides, or you can have it not stapled and just fold it. You know,
Okay, I got you. Okay.
good
Um,
questions.
can you do an R for me? I have real trouble.
An
I have.
R above the vanishing point, below, to the left, to the right, in the middle.
Can you do one above and one under?
Capital R.
Yes.
Okay. To the left. You never told me left or right.
Oh, I'm sorry. To the left.
Sure. I can do it the other way. All right. Some of you like to curve your R like this. Is it a
Yeah,
straight leg or is it a curved leg?
I do mine the second with curve leg. I don't know why
Okay.
it's happening.
Like that?
Yes.
Okay. So you got to have your, oh my goodness. I use my straight edge. This is what happens when you don't use a straight edge. It starts to look terrible. You got to do all of the guidelines from each edge of the letter. Okay. And then this inner leg, a lot of you miss this one. Now, if it's a 1/2 inch, I would say 1/2 inch is about here. This is a curve. So you have to mirror a curve.
Got it. Okay.
And then right here, a 1/2 inch down. I need to erase that ugly guideline that I made without the ruler. You always got to use a straight edge. This is kind of a curve, so is this. And then this is a horizontal, so this is a horizontal. And then 1/2 inch from this one, that's a horizontal line. And then it goes up like that. All right. And then I would say there's a little center here on mine.
Got it.
So you want one below as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Keep doing the R different. And then you got to do the back leg. You never want to forget one of the corners. 1/2 inch out. I'll use the dark pen. This is a curve. So this is a curve. 1/2 inch out right about here. This is a curve.
All right.
Anyone else?
Can you make a G?
Okay, above, below, to the left, to the right. Tell me where.
Below.
Below, to the left or right?
To the left.
All right. Because I don't have a lot of room here because there's other stuff, I'm just going to put another vanishing point here. I'm going to fold the paper. Well, I think Goodrich still wants to look at this, but we're going to pretend that there's nothing there. A G below, like right here? A capital G?
Yeah.
Like this? Is that cool?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So now I'm gonna do the 2 outer edges. I always like to do the 2 outer ones first. And then this is kind of a corner, so I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna do this guy right here, which kind of runs into that one, interesting enough. Okay. How do I explain this? So, 1/2 inch out, I would say it curves like that pretty much. These two mirror each other. 1/2 inch out from here, this is a vertical, so this will be a vertical. This is a horizontal, so this will be a horizontal. Now, you're going to see the inner part of this G. So you go 1/2 inch out, put a little line there, and then you mirror what you see there. If it's a curve, like a lot of you have C's that you're struggling with. So if you have a C, let's say you have a guideline right here, right here, right here. Well, I got a little sloppy there, but you understand. Right here. So I had to do 1/2 inch out. Oh, I forgot to do this corner. You gotta get all the corners or it doesn't work. If you don't get all the corners, it's no wonder why you're struggling. So that would go down like this, like this. And then 1/2 inch out, I make a little tick mark, and then I mirror that curve in the inner part. It's very similar to a G. Anyone else?
Oh, this ground. I just finished cutting up my cardboard cereal box,
Okay.
but I don't know what to do with it. Am I supposed to like fold it in half or just leave
Do you
it?
have a stapler?
Yes, I do. I actually got a table right now, right here.
What I did is I tried to make it as large as possible. Let me see if I can zoom out here to fit my sketchbook inside. Here's my sketchbook. So that, you want to make sure you can fit things inside of it, right?
Okay.
And then I just stapled the edges.
Yeah.
Even if it's not stable and it's just like a cardboard folder, that's fine. Mine I was able to fold on the crease, but with the second one, it had funny shapes on it, so I'm just cutting out 2 loose ones. And I'm deciding.
Can I show you what I got?
Yeah, let me hold on a second. Let me minimize this. I'm gonna turn off the video because it's a pretty long one. Hold on. And I know that we got a lot of kids. What the heck? I can't. For some reason, I'm not able to open. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna just end this video.